you are subscribed to our channel, then you probably got notification that we just went live. And then all you have to do really is kind of from there, share that link to your personal page. This way, if you have people who want to support your arguments, they'll have a chance to comment. And actually, those comments may pop up in the game to support your arguments. All right. So we just went live. This is the moment where everybody get to go and share. So
do I need to log back in?
No, I can hear you. Who's that? Just said that. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get started. Antonio in and out. Trying to come back in. All right, Ed is on his job. See you, Ed. We see you. All right, so let me get started by welcoming everybody to the game. We're missing one person. Don't know if they're trying to log in or not, but we'll get started without them. I'm gonna throw up a couple of some slates. I call them slates, but I'm gonna throw up a couple of banners that talk a little bit about the rules, how we go about things. As a matter of fact, I'll start by just letting my judges and them talk about the rules and how we score points. So I'll start by first saying, "Hey, Jerry, thank you for joining us." Jerry, just let us know you're there. Is that a picture of you, Jerry, or a live picture of you frozen?
I'm saluting.
Okay, we're not seeing you. Got your camera on? I think we see a frozen picture of you. We hear you, but we see
you can't see me. You can hear me. I'm in the picture.
Yeah, your camera's on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I can see everybody on my screen perfectly.
Y'all can hear me?
Okay. Yep. Who's that?
Can you hear me? This is Michael.
Yeah. Put Antonio back in the screen. There you go. All right. I'm going to Saint after.
Yep. What's up?
After Saint, after you talk about the you and Rika talk rules stuff, I'm gonna drop you guys off and then bring you back in.
All right. Want us to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Rika, I'll start with the rules then, and then you can do scoring. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are ready to play Hip Hop Top 5. Good. My name is Saint. I'm one of the judges, along with my partner Rika. We'll be kind of monitoring you guys' game today and how well you guys do with scores. I'm gonna let Rika talk about scoring, but as far as the rules go, very simple. We're gonna start off the game with you guys first and foremost, given the criteria of how you guys selected your list. So this isn't the defense of your list. This is just the criteria you used to select your list. And then we give you a minute to do that and also list all your songs in the order 5 to 1. We're then going to come back at the next portion of the game and give you an opportunity to defend your list. And you're going to be defending one song at a time. You have a minute to defend that song. And after each song, we're going to open it up to our challengers, and they're going to challenge you on your songs. And you guys will have an opportunity to both score points during your defense and score points during your challenge portion. And Rika will explain how we score points.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. And once again, welcome to Hip Hop Top 5. Thank y'all for playing with us tonight. So in terms of the scoring, during your defense of your list and during your defense of challenges that are issued to you, your job is to put out as many facts, as many tidbits, as many interesting nuances about the collabos as possible. You receive points. You receive 3 points for successfully answering a challenge. And in terms of defending your list, you receive 2 points for every interesting fact or tidbit. Now, this is something I know a couple of you have asked questions about in terms of your numbers, whether it's streaming, whether it's Billboard, like the chart facts. And so make sure when you're introducing facts that are on charts or from charts that you give some context. So don't just introduce those facts alone. For that, look, we know that those numbers lie sometimes. We know who's behind Billboard and who's behind those different organizations. And so they don't always speak for the people. So make sure if you're introducing any of those numbers, you have some context to go along with it. And if you are giving facts that are repeats, or if you and another person have the same collabo on your list, make sure that you are introducing new facts and not solely repeating what was said in order for you to recoup the greatest amount of points.
Copy that.
Any questions? All right.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I am not as prepared as I would have liked to be for this debate. I forgot what songs I had in what order. But I did have a lot of questions about some of the songs that were on the list. So the majority of my statements and things like that are going to be coming from things based along that. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there.
We appreciate the disclaimer, Antonio. Thank you. I don't know what order you're going to fall in the lineup, but if you can locate your stuff, I would encourage you to do so. If not, we will just judge it accordingly.
And
copy that.
I didn't know. I thought that. I guess I misunderstood the instructions. I thought we couldn't go off of any chart placings. I thought we had to defend it without using like sales and stuff like that. This is my first time on here, so bear with me if I mess up.
No hyper. You're right. Like, I mean, the thing is, which is why I said if you use any chart information, to make sure there's context. What we don't want is people coming on and just saying, oh, in the first week there were 200,000 sales. Okay, well, what else? What else are you gonna tell us? So we don't want that to be all of the facts. We don't want someone's defense of their list to solely be just quoting streaming and quoting charts and things of that nature. So if you prepare without having those kind of stats and you still, have your info, then I definitely look forward to hearing it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're good. Any other questions before the judges go backstage?
No, ma'am.
All right, cool beans.
All right, so guys, basically, your challengers are here on the screen with us. My right, or I don't know, my right is Marlon. Marlon could just the name there. So if Marlon is the challenger, right next to him is Ashley. Ashley's the host. She'll be kind of guiding you guys through this. Below her is Candace. Candace is another challenger from Chicago, from Buffalo. And under me is Cal Love. Cal is from Oakland. He's another challenger. And then over below me is a player, but over in the far my far right, lower right of screen is Mark Rich. He's another challenger. They got a chance to look at the list that you guys submitted, and they kind of came up with some questions about your list. They want to figure out how well do you know what you're talking about, basically. And when it comes to your list and the order you place people in and why you put those folks in your list. So that's who they are. And I am going to turn it over to Ashley so she can introduce herself and get the game started.
Hey y'all, I'm Ashley Nicole. Welcome to Hip Hop Top 5 Challenge. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. We are going to be respectful, but we're gonna get it in. And everybody just shake your ego at the door. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal. It's gonna be a friendly little debate. And like my man Cal say, what you say, Cal? Was it?
Ain't no peffing. P-E-F. Your pride, your ego, and your feelings. Get that shit out the door.
Get that out of here.
It don't mean nothing here.
Yeah, that's hip hop.
All right, so we're gonna start off with y'all going through your criteria first, and then go through just listing off your top 5. So I'm gonna start with Jerry first. If you can give me your criteria, and then after that, just list your top 5.
My criteria about why I picked these top 5?
Yes. Your criteria, the decision-making process that you took into, that you considered into picking that top 5, yes.
It was my criteria was the impact it had on me hip hop wise and the stuff that came with each of these songs. A lot of them were just sentimental in my selection. I got some bangers on here, and despite all of the record sales or whatever, I picked these and I'm standing behind my top 5.
All right. And what is your top 5 first, Jerry?
Okay, in no particular order, I got Frontin' by Pharrell and Jay-Z, No Diggity, Teddy Riley, Blackstreet, and Queen Pen. I got Touch Me, Tease Me, Case of Foxy Brown. I got Empire State of Mind with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z. And I got All I Need, Method Man and Redman.
Who?
I mean, Method Man and Mary J.
Oh, yeah, that didn't sound right, player.
All right. Okay, I'm feeling it. Okay, next we're going to go to Haifa. Please tell me your criteria, the decision-making process that went into picking your top 5, and then just list your top 5, not necessarily in particular order. I think Haifa is still connecting, so I'm going to... Haifa, you on? All right, I'm just gonna skip through the Antonio. Okay, Haifa, did you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you want? Okay, so can you please give us your criteria, the decision-making process that went into picking your top 5, and then list your top 5 list, not in a particular order.
All right, it's on me, right? I'm sorry, it went off. Okay, I got you.
You good? Well, you right on time.
All right, that's what's up. All right, my top 5. I'm gonna put it in order for my personal.
Well, first, what was your criteria?
My criteria. Yeah, I'm sorry. My criteria in picking it was that my personal top 5, my personal favorites, and then also the impact on the game, the hip hop and R&B game that it had, and the influence that it set for future music. You know what I'm saying? That's what influenced my top 5, and also the I guess you could say the organic how much the collaborations made sense, and picking the two artists to come together, how they meshed.
The authenticity. Together. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your top 5 list?
My top 5 from top to bottom. Number 1 is All I Need, Method Man and Mary J. If I Ruled the World, Nas and Lauryn Hill. Can't You See, Total and Biggie. How's It Going Down, DMX, rest in peace. And Best of Me, Jay-Z and Maya. And also, there was a remix with Jada, too. with that one. So you know what I mean. So I wish I would have put One More Chance on the list because I would have put that one on there.
Okay.
The remix, though. The remix.
All right. Next, we're going to go to Antonio. If you can please give your criteria and then get into your top 5 list.
All right. Well, basically, my criteria was the longevity of the song, like how long that song has like maintained its power over the years. The collaboration itself, and like old boy just said, you know how likely it was that collaboration would happen, and just the overall like impact of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like just the overall impact of the song, and like you said, how it kind of set the precedence for future songs like that to happen. And as far as my list, like I say, man, it was so many songs on that list, and then a few that I thought should have been on the list, and I can't really say what my ranking was, but I got Mary J. Blige and Method for sure with All I Need, Nas and Lauryn Hill with If I Ruled the World. I definitely had DJ Quick and Tony on there for sure. I had a Tupac on there with Dave Hollister actually on Keep Your Head Up, which was a song that I didn't see on the list. I thought that should have been mentioned on there. And there was a lot of songs with Biggie that I would throw out there, but I would say The Sky's the Limit song that he did with 112 was a great song.
Okay, cool. Everybody's list is definitely bringing a different flavor. I did notice that everybody got the same number 1. So it'll be interesting to see how that play out.
Yeah.
All right. So next we're going to get into your actual list. So you all are going to get 1 minute to get into your number 5 pick and give some reasoning and some background behind why you picked that number 5 as your pick. So first up, I have Jerry. So if you can tell me your number 5 pick and why you picked that pick, you got 1 minute.
What was my number 5 pick before I get started?
Oh, see, look, you're gonna have to figure that out.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm mad I ain't write mine down.
I ain't write mine down. You posted it on the screen.
Man, I seen you do that, and I was
okay. Hold up. Okay, hold up.
Real quick.
Let me give him a hint.
Okay, hold up.
Oh,
Hold up. You want my number 5 and why?
Hey, we having a hard time hearing you.
My number 5 was No Diggity. Right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my number 5 was No Diggity.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason why I picked No Diggity, I got 1 minute.
Yep.
All right, the reason why I picked No Diggity is because it's still banging to this day. It was number 1 on Rolling Stone. It was one of the top 91 for the greatest pop 100 pop songs. It won a Grammy in '98. And a side note, this song was actually for Tupac's All Eyes on Me. This one Dre was separating from Death Row. But he sold the song to Teddy Riley. And it was actually supposed to be for Guy, but nobody wanted it. So when Teddy Riley got a hold of it, it became 36 all-time and 305th all-time ever top songs by Rolling Stone magazine. It's still banged to this day, and that's why I picked it as my top 5.
Okay. All right. Next, we have Haifa. What is your number 5 pick and why? You got 1 minute.
My number 5 pick was Jay-Z and Maya, Best of Me. One of the reasons why I picked this one as my top 5, but as my top 5 in general was it's just a classic song. It's self-released in the year 2000. So it set off it set the mood for the 2000s to come in. You know, the new millennium. So I think, and then with Jay-Z jumping on it, made it even more classic. And then on top of that, you had Jadakiss jump on the remix as well, and then that caused a little controversy, which became historic between Jay-Z and Jada, which actually turned into Jada versus Beanie Siegel. And anybody that knows hip hop knows that was a classic battle right there. So that probably wouldn't even have sparked off like it did if it wasn't for this song right here, because this is one of the songs that Jay-Z and Jada started kind of going back and forth on subliminally. So it set the tone for a lot of historic things that happened in hip hop. So a lot of history with this song, and there's more history that I probably don't even know about. I was a kid, I was a fan of it. It just sounded, and it was dope. You know, the song is dope. So you could turn it on right now, and it's still going to bang in the club, no matter where you at. I don't know if that was a minute. Right?
Yeah, you good. All right. Last but not least, Antonio, if you can please give your 5 pick in 1 minute and the reason why.
I don't even remember what my 5 pick is. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I think I remember what my top 3 was, and I don't even remember what that order was. But like I say, one of my things that I was kind of tripping on is before I had actually got the list to select the songs, I was noticing that there were a lot of songs that weren't either on the list at all. That I had compiled a list before the selections or the options were given to me. So there was a lot of songs that I was kind of questioning why they weren't even on the list, and some discrepancies with features on certain songs that were on the list. And I was kind of more or less wanted to kind of talk about that than defending the actually my bottom 2, because my top 3, you know, those are still like kind of like they taking places here and there. You know what I mean? Like there's one definitive one, but my 2 and 3 are kind of like back and forth, and I can't even remember what my 4th and 5th was. So I'm not going to even lie to you and hold you with that.
Okay, so generally, what would your 5 pick be? Even if you were picking something that isn't relevant to the list, I mean, points is going to reflect accordingly. But
that I definitely understand that. There was a couple of songs. The Busta Rhymes and Janet Jackson collaboration was an interesting collabo that I don't think I saw on the list that I would have put on my top 5, just because of the unlikeliness of that collaboration happening and how dope the song actually came out to be, and the fact that Janet really didn't work with a lot of hip hop artists outside of Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? So that was an interesting song to me, and it definitely would have been up there in my list somewhere in the bottom 2 for sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Antonio. And now I'm going to give it to the challengers, and the challengers are going to pick someone who they want to question or challenge their number 5 pick. And Q, you are up.
Yes, indeed. I feel odd talking to a picture, but I got to pick Jerry. Jerry, I would like to. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Yep. All right. So Jerry, I need to challenge you on your number 5 pick, No Diggity. The reason why is because I feel like out of all the selections that we had, I'm sure you had some sort of, I guess, maybe conflict as to what your number 5 could be, because a lot of times there's always like, you know, trying to figure out, okay, I want to get this song in, I want to get that song in. I understand you pick No Diggity based on your, you know, your personal the personal impact of the song. And I do remember the impact that song had. I felt like the radio played it out almost. But what I want to know from you is, where do the greater song, or where do other songs such as like Street Dreams from Nas, or I'm Fucking You from Big and R. Kelly, where do those type of songs land on your list if you could go beyond 5? And why do you think that No Diggity is better than those songs?
Good question. A lot of them other songs on the list, I could have picked from a ton of different songs. I love the culture, I love the music, I love the game. But here's the thing. Um, at any barbecue, at any party, when they put this joint on, it's a banger. It wasn't 14 weeks #1 on the chart for no reason. It's not 305 all time as one of the best songs ever. Plus Dr. Dre. You could put a squirrel on the Dr. Dre beat and it's gonna be platinum because it's just Dr. Dre and his beats. And I think with the collaboration with Teddy and the people that they got involved with the joint, they made a classic. I could have put any other songs in my top 5 based on the criteria that they brought to the table, based on the impact that they have on the culture, or just banging at a club or a family barbecue. But this is my selection, and I'm sticking to it. It's a song.
But let me give you this perspective, Jerry. As far as lyrical, as far as like the rap on the song in a collaboration, those bars to me sort of was like, a reach to try to get on the radio, to try to reach the masses. It accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish, numbers wise, Billboard wise, magazine publication wise, right? But as far as quality of the song, you know what I mean? And like actual like bars of the song in comparison to a song like Street Dreams or I'm Fucking You by Big. What do you have to say in regards to that?
Okay. You got a valid point. You know what I'm saying? But this is about hip hop and R&B. This ain't about the bars. The collaboration is the thing. And you have to understand, he got this beat from Dre, presented it to Guy. They didn't even want it. So he got his up and coming group to get on it with him. And he was so flustered with the whole process that he sang the first bar of the song. You know what I'm saying? Shorty get down good. You know what I'm talking about? So it wasn't about bars and lyrics with this song. This was about taking a phenomenal Dre beat, coming up with a concept and laying it down. And my hat's off to Teddy Riley and the crew that did it, because to this day, if you put it on YouTube on your phone, you go nod your head to it, regardless of how you feel about it being structured or the bars in it. It's a banger.
And but you would question if Dre and Teddy are rappers though. I mean, not rappers, but you would question the quality of their raps.
No, I wasn't questioning the quality of the rap. You was questioning.
I'm questioning because in comparison to the other because we said collaboration, right? So if we talking collaboration, to me, the singing got to be on point and the bars got to be on point. To me, if not, then you're falling off on one scale, and now you just got a R&B heavy song.
Okay, well, this is a R&B and hip hop collab. I didn't know that this was a criteria for bars and lyrics. If that was the case, I would have picked something else. But as far as a hip hop collaboration, this meets the top 5 list. Dre ain't a rapper, but he capable. Teddy ain't a rapper, but he capable. You got to understand this. You got to understand this. You got to understand this. 2 of the most top-selling rappers back during this time frame was Vanilla Ice and Hammer. But don't nobody question their bars. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, we do. We absolutely
okay.
do.
Well, here's the thing. Like you said, you talking about bars and all of that. I'm talking about banger and why it's on my list. It was a great song. You know what I'm saying? We could critique all of that, but the numbers don't lie. It wasn't #1 because of bars. It was #1 because it was a banger.
I mean, the truth be told, there have been songs that have been #1 based off their promotion. Payola,
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre say he gonna drop Detox next week. We all gonna go get it.
Exactly.
So to me, that doesn't equate quality of the song.
Okay, well, if quality of it was criteria and it get me up to dance, you know what I'm saying, or I could nod my head to it, it's good enough to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure once upon a time you might have tried that typewriter move in your pajamas doing that hammer dance, but I ain't said nothing about that though. Keep it a
Of
buck.
course, we all
You know what
did,
I'm
but at the
saying?
same time, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't. When we talking about top 5 collaborations of all time, I get it. That's a personal thing for you. It's a numbers thing as well for you. You know what I mean? But when we talking about, to me, collaborations, and you know, you have your opinion,
Right.
I have mine. I appreciate you digging in. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean?
Facts. And that's why it's a debate show, because your criteria did not qualify my top 5 list. Thank you for your question.
She said to you.
Thank you for your question.
Let go.
Okay. All right. I see you standing strong in your number 5. I see you. Okay.
Top five.
Well, I see some comments strolling through from Facebook. So let's see what the Facebook people are talking about.
They just agreeing with me.
All right. Adri V said, but the men in red, though. What about them?
Haifa.
Let's see. Eddie Haspin. Nah, he ain't on the screen. Ed. I don't know what you're talking about, Adri. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about with the random. I mean, you trying to get at him, or were you trying to slide through the DM? But numbers don't matter on this show. So unfortunately, like my girl Candace said, numbers don't matter. So it's all about the real facts. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get into y'all top 4 next. I mean, the number 4 pick, number 4 pick list next. So please defend. You have 1 minute to defend your number 4 pick, along with describing who that number 4 pick is. And I am going to go for the number 4 again. Jerry, what was your number 4 pick and why?
Empire State, Alicia Keys, and Jay-Z. Phenomenal record, changed the whole culture. This was Jay-Z's first number 1 single. It was the song of the year. Also for Empire, it charted in 25 countries. They changed the Frank Sinatra song at the Belmont Stakes. The National Racing Association replaced Frank Sinatra with this song. They also started playing it at Yankee Stadium during the 2009 World Series. This song was a game changer. This was one of the best duets all time. It was number 15 on the Billboard, the top duets of all time. They won a Grammy for Song of the Year. They was nominated for a bunch of them. Jay-Z dropped the lyrics good on this joint. And we ain't gonna question that one, are we, bruh? Another thing, Angela Hunt was the original writer of this song, and she lived at 560 State Street in the projects with Jay-Z. He kept singing the hook for this song and eventually called Alicia Keys to get on it, and that's why he mentioned that verse in the song. Took it to the stash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen whipping pastry. You know what I'm saying? So the song was just a banger, and Alicia Keys banging them keys the way she did made this a classic in my mind.
All right, Angela Hunt, Alicia Keys, give my ladies they props. I see you still talking chart numbers. I don't know where that's gonna get you. But you still talk about it. All right.
I thought it was streaming numbers or record sales that we wouldn't. We're not talking sales, but we talking chart numbers.
I'm not a judge. I'm just,
Okay, so I'll leave the chart numbers out. I got facts.
Judge. All right, Haifa. What is your number 4 pick and why? 1 minute.
All right. My number 4 pick was How's It Going Down? I'm not going to lie. This was tough because it's number 4 it doesn't do it justice on my list, because you know what I'm saying? It's just the other songs that I had to choose from. I had to place it there, and the only reason why it's number 4 is because the song that came before them, but before this one, kind of set the tone. Like, I had to respect them songs because of what they did in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? DMX with How's It Going Down, the way he laid this song out was like that album was classic. for him to be a hardcore rapper like he was with the raspy voice and all that, this was a love song right here. But it was rough. It was the hood love song. And I don't care where at in the country you was at, this was the love song of the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you throw this on, and you could get a number, but you could still go. I'm sure some cats probably committing robberies with this blasting at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's an undeniable track. It's a classic. The video was dope. He added Faith Evans in the video version of it, which gave it a even better twist. You know what I'm saying? It gave it even more substance, more of that R&B softness that helped catapult it to where it was at, to where it went. So it's just a classic, man. It's a classic. I'm not, as far as like what it sold and all that, I don't know all of that. I know how it made people feel. I know how it made the hood feel. I know how it made women feel. I know how it made dudes feel.
Okay. That means your time is up. Haifa, you have exceeded your 1 minute. But I could tell by the beater and by the chain, you feeling them songs that's gonna put them numbers. I could tell. You like them kind of songs that you gonna ride through and pick up some things real quick. Pick them little Johns. All right, so last but not least, we're gonna get into the number 4 for Antonio. What is your number 4 pick? You got 1 minute to defend it. You on mute.
No.
There you go. You good.
Am I good now?
Yep.
Okay. My number 4 is actually Sky's the Limit with Biggie Smalls and 112.
Okay. And why?
And pretty much the song is just dope. I mean, like I say, my criteria wasn't too deep as far as just overall feel of the song and just the longevity of the song, the timelessness of the song. And that was just a dope song, period. You're gonna hear me say that a lot about a lot of the songs that I have in my top 3. Those songs were just dope. Like I don't trip much on sales numbers and things like that. When I just think about a song, when you throw it on, the immediate feeling of it, the minute you throw it on, and just like that was just a beautiful song. You know what I mean? Period. Just a great collab. And Biggie was good with collaborating with R&B artists. That was kind of like one of his things. And I think that was one of the better ones of the R&B collabs that he did do.
Okay. All right. Well, let's tune back in with the Facebook people after we get to the challenge. So we have Marlon up next. Who are you challenging, Marlon?
I'm going to challenge Antonio.
Okay.
Antonio, what's going on, man?
What's up with you, Playboy?
All right, I got a question for you. Just a challenge for you.
Okay.
Two challenges or 2 questions about the choice you made. Great, it is a great song.
Right.
Right. On that album, Biggie also had a song with R. Kelly that was one of the songs on our list, and you did not choose it. Effing You Tonight. Do you think that was a better song? Do you think that was a better song than the one you chose?
Again, like I say, Biggie did a lot of good collaborations. That was another good song. But like I said, The Sky's the Limit to me was a beautiful song. That Effing You Tonight, for the simple fact that we saying Effing You Tonight, but my daughter's sitting there in front of me, so I can't even say what the real title is, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like there are certain songs with R&B and hip hop that from a hip hop perspective, I think the R&B aspect of it kind of demands for the hip hop to be a little more wholesome, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Not really disrespectful. And I think I'm a fan of R. Kelly, but I think that song was a little on the, kind of raunchy side. You know what I mean? So it didn't really fit in my criteria of songs that would just like sustain over the years and just be loved by the masses, just irrefutably. You know what I'm saying?
So lyrics. Biggie's one of the best lyricists, and I'm sure this is one of your favorite songs. So you would think that you would know the lyrics, right? So I'm gonna test your knowledge on this. In the song, what was Biggie's name in high school?
Oh God! Oh, See why you gonna do that, man? Oh man. Oh.
What was it?
Hit me with it. Hit me with it, man. Hit me with it, man.
Wait. You gonna give an opportunity for somebody else to take it if he can't take it?
Man.
Anyone?
Medina, huh?
We applying pressure, Tony.
I said it already. I gave it.
I don't think they heard you, Marlon.
Marlon said it already. So if anybody guessed it, it could be considered. Oh well, they gave it to him. So let's.
Did somebody hear?
I got another challenge on the same song. I got another.
Look, Hyper trying to figure it out.
They all try to figure it out.
Go ahead.
Hyper, you on mute?
Man, I was.
Nah, I'm going through the lyrics in my head because I remember it. He said it, I think, in that close to the bar where they was talking about. Niggas call me milks at lunch. Butter crunch. I can't. I got to think about it.
Y'all just leaving points in the air.
Leaving points on the board.
Y'all just leaving points.
Gary, you know it. Gary, you know it. He Googling it.
No, nobody else know it.
Yeah,
Does anybody on Facebook know it? Let's see what the Facebook people talking about.
No.
What the Facebook people talking about, Trilla? Pot licking with this chicken was a great opening. Word. They just talking.
No,
Sky is the Living wasn't better than Nas and Lauren. So what y'all think about that?
No, that's coming up later. That's coming up later.
All right, okay. We won't get into that. Okay. So next we're going to get into the top three, the number 3 pick. Number 3 first, we got Jerry. Jerry again. Jerry, you might as well expect to be first because you number 1 on every list, so expect to go first. So what's your number 3 pick and why, Jerry?
Touch Me, Tease Me by Case and Foxy Brown.
Wax.
Yeah, okay. The reason why I picked this is because for sentimental reasons. Back in '96, it was Foxy Brown's and Case debut, but they was cutting their teeth. He was singing backup for Usher, Christopher Williams, and Al B. Shore. She was doing features on everybody's stuff before the bidding war came. But when they dropped this song together, now keep in mind the base of this song was Schoolie D, PSK. What does that mean? And a lot of people don't know that song right there was one of the catalysts for West Coast hip hop. This song inspired Ice-T to do 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear that bass drop, pss, 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 that's that PSK joint. So I'm not going to talk about chart positions or numbers or nothing like that, but you talk about bangers. And during that time, Foxy Brown was one of the hottest females. As a matter of fact, besides Lauryn Hill, she was the only other female to really get bars at it. You know what I'm saying? Even though there was other females, Foxy Brown, when she came in '96, she was hot. And I'm a recant that one because I can't do the chart thing on it. But yeah, I picked Touch Me, Tease Me because still to this day, it's a banger in the club. And at that time, there was 2 rookies that came out and took over it right there with that duo.
Okay. All right. So next up, we have Haifa. What is your number 3 pick and why?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 pick was Can't You See by Total featuring Biggie. And yo, this song, again, it places higher than the number 3 song. It's just the choices that I had to give the songs above this one their respect as well. But this song right here, banger. Like as soon as it comes on, first of all, Biggie comes in, he starts the song off. he starts the song off with bars like that, and that verse is a classic verse. The video, he's sitting in the chair, like the video, classic. He's sitting in the chair, you know what I'm saying? Like that video set the tone for some of his live performances that were classic. You know what I'm saying? His like performing at the Source Awards, he's sitting in the chair at the Source Awards. They set the tone from that video. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. And so that's number one right there. It comes off strong with the bars, and then Total comes in, and Biggie kind of gave Total a stamp as an R&B group with this, because Total was a dope R&B group in the 90s, and they had their own style.
All right. You have exceeded your time, Haifa. Gotta cut you off. I'm sorry. So we're gonna go to next, last but not least, Antonio. What's your number 4 pick, if you can remember it, and why?
Three.
I'm sorry, number 3. My bad. I mean, can you remember number 3?
You on mute, bro. You on mute.
You on mute. Okay.
You got me off. It was If I Ruled the World with Nas and Lauren.
Okay.
And once again, you know, just a dope song. You know what I mean? The collaboration itself. Lauren is one of those artists who can transcend hip hop and R&B. So I think that was a great collaboration for her. I think that may have been early on, before people really accepted her for her singing ability and things along that line. Even though she did it on the Fugees album and stuff like that. But that was just a great song. And then, you know, with that beat, when they reached back with that beat from Friends and threw that element up in there, you know what I mean? That was just hip hop. You know what I mean? Hip hop done again a great way. You know what I mean? Timeless song. You throw that on 20 years from now, and it'll still get the same effect, the same vibe. That's one of them songs that you just cannot deny. No shape, form, or fashion. If you know music and like music, you have to love this song. Period.
All right, I'm vibing with you. If I rule the world, imagine that.
Man, okay, come on, man.
So, now it's for the challenge. It's challenge time. So, Candace, beautiful melanated challenger. Who you challenging today, girl? You got Haifa?
You know, I had a challenge, right? But I think I'm gonna let my West Coast brother Cal take this one on. So, okay. Cal, where you at? Cal, you on mute?
I'm here.
What does that hat say, Cal?
I'm not excited.
Me neither.
Bring a little closer. Jerry, can you read this?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Yo, number 3.
G-State.
Tease me. Is you for real? You just sat up here and gave State of Mind a platform way beyond I really thought, you know, it should be, but you got that touch me, tease me before that. And all you can say to touch me, tease me is it was their debut and shit, like they was backup singers and all this kind of shit. Man, are you serious?
Absolutely.
You related to one of them or something?
That's funny.
Now that's real. Break that shit down.
Okay, first of all, let me put my little disclaimer out. When I did this list, I didn't know that it was permanent because I was going to make some changes. You know what I'm saying? But it had already been distributed and it had already been posted. You know what I'm saying? So I gave my argument for the song, but I'm not going to qualify it. You know what I'm saying? We're in position in top 5, especially above Empire. But you got a valid point. I tip my hat off to you and the West Coast for that one. I took that one on the chin. But here's the hit. I put my argument down. I support where I stand.
Damn, Jerry, you didn't let Cal let you back down to your pick?
Top 5.
No, I ain't back down to my pick. It's facts. You know what I'm saying? I supported my pick, even though I wanted to change the order initially, but I'm supporting it and I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
Top five.
Stand up.
Hey,
Absolutely.
That Menace to Society. Can I get that?
You done fucked up. You know that. No, I thought so. You know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
Damn, Jerry. Damn.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna go back on mute.
Trella, what these Facebook folk talking about? My number 3 is New Smoke Detector. Yeah, that's me. I ain't gonna hold you. I haven't been able to figure out which one it is. Nobody picked Slum Village. Selfish. What are the chances everyone number 1 is the same song? Hey, it happens sometimes. Get them, Cal. How you put a questionable pick at number 3? I don't know. Saturday night always makes for good commentary from Cal. Cal be on it for sure. Okay, now let's get into that number 2. We winding down, y'all. We look at number 1.
Can I just drop in real quick? Let me real quick go to my man Haifa.
You want to go to Haifa for the number 3?
Yeah, let me ask him something about that one.
Yeah.
Hey, these songs that you picked, how old was you when you came out? How old were you when these songs came out? Because a lot of the last 2 songs reflect your age and how sentimental they was to you and shit.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna front. I was an adolescent. I was between 15, 17 when these came out. In 2000, I was 18. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna ask you this though, because
these are my growing up years.
I could tell because when I was older in that day and era, they wasn't all that. But I respect you for that. Let me have a quick question. Another thing is, you gave the same platform and respect for the Hove and Maya song and the Total and Big. Can you tell me which one you would really pick at number 5 and number 3? Because you gave the remix and the up mix and the down mix to the Hove and Maya song like a motherfucker. You got down here
listen.
to.
Yo, check this out. Nah, I got you. I had a time limit. I had a whole lot more to say about Biggie and Total. You know what I'm saying? Biggie and Total.
All right. I'm gonna go against the rules and give you another minute. Let me see what you're gonna say if the host don't mind. I'm gonna give you one more minute to get that off your chest.
Bet.
And countdown.
First and foremost, the Can You See song definitely set the tone for Best of Me. You know what I'm saying? Like that probably birthed it. You know what I'm saying? The Can You See song, the thing that puts it higher than Best of Me is that it came in like they broke the rules on that song. Biggie started that song with a hard verse that wasn't even romantic, and it still popped as a love song. He came in, give me all the chicken heads from Pasadena to Medina, big get in between your. He's straight up raunchy on that. But if you put it on, you can play that. I bet you somebody played it at their wedding. I bet you somebody played that shit at their wedding. And still,
you hard for that.
Offended. And nobody got offended. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give that song its respect. Best of Me, banger. It's banger. But if I gotta put it up against Can You See, I gotta put Can You See before that. Because it wouldn't have been the Best of Me without a Can't You See. It wouldn't have been it. Like they birthed that shit. And you can't deny it.
Can I ask a question though?
What's up?
What song is better, Best of Me or Can't Knock the Hustle?
You got that Saint look. You got that Saint look. You know how Saint looking up in the corner and shit.
Jeez.
Oh shit. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
I don't hear nothing. Yeah, I can hear.
Shit. Oh my God. Hold on.
No, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear you well, bro.
Can you hear me?
We hear crickets.
God, nah, hold on. I gotta fix my phone. The alarm went on my phone and it fucked up.
I killed him?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He dead, G. He dead. Niggas die every day, B.
Niggas die every day, B.
DOA.
Oh shit! He didn't even make it. He didn't even make it to his number 2, huh?
Gee, we gotta bring him back. He gotta defend it.
I don't know. You might have to have another chance at the end. We're gonna see what the Facebook people talking about again. Can't Knock the Hustle for 1,000. I'm rocking with I Can't Knock the Hustle. I'm sure it played at a couple. At a couple weddings. I don't know if I want that wedding, to be honest.
That's
Does
a wild wedding.
Cisco what they want as an R&B combo? If so, that's top 5. What they think is wrong from it? Can't Knock the Hustle was a better song, but I can't see you and Best of Me were better songs. Yeah, I don't know. I see that either. I think Can't Knock the Hustle. I'm a Reasonable Doubt fan personally.
Hypha, you got to mute one of your mics.
Yeah, they are. It is.
Get some feedback, Hypha.
Nah, they was both muted. That wasn't me.
Okay, cool. Somebody said Plies and T-Pain. Shorty is in the number 5 too. What y'all think about that? I don't know.
I wasn't running from that.
That's real different, Shorty. Okay, let's get into the number 2, y'all. We almost to the number 1. Number two. Jerry, what's your number 2 pick and why?
Okay, do I get background music with this? I hear music.
It's lit.
I hear music. Somebody playing music in the background?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I picked Frontin' by Pharrell and Jay-Z as my number 2 pick for the summer 03. It was just banging everywhere. I like that this was Pharrell's first solo single ever. And the beats that he put on this, he sampled the Beatles and Stevie Wonder for this particular song. Jay-Z did phenomenal. Pharrell did phenomenal. Initially, this song was written for Prince, but he refused the song. So that's one of the reasons why Pharrell sang it in falsetto. Also, this song gave us an introduction to Lauren London. Amens, hallelujahs. Yeah, this joint worldwide, globally, was a banger everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And again, 18-year-old Lauren London with them dimples on the spot. Yeah, that's why I picked it as number 2.
Okay. And Hyper, what's your number 2 and why? I think we lost Hyper. He's going back. Okay, we got some time to tune back in. Oh wait, there you go. Hyper, what's your number 2 and why?
Yo, my apologies, y'all, for the technical difficulties. My number 2, can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? All right. My number 2, first of all, can't you see it's still better than the other Can't Knock the Hustle. I had to get that out. I had to think about it, but I still put it over that. But I love that song too. I love that song, but I'm not gonna put it over that. My number 2 is If I Ruled the World. If I Ruled the World, I picked that because classic song. When it dropped in 1990. It dropped September 4th, 1996. And when it dropped, it solidified Nas's spot as far as everybody knew he was a beast lyrically, but as far as a star, as far as like a star that could chart on the top every time, I feel like that set the song that set the tone for the rest of his career. Him and Lauryn Hill meshed well together as far as like their image and what they were about. That made sense. Lauryn Hill was at the top of the, she was at her prime with the Fugees at the time. The Fugees had just dropped the score earlier that year, so that set the tone for Nas to drop, Nas to drop this single, and it was just perfect. Like the timing lined up for it, the style of the song, everything. It said, he was rocking the Wallabies. You know what I'm saying? Like the video was dope. It gave a nightlife, like street life, city feel to it. Dope. Good for the culture.
All right, Haifa, your time is up. Time is up. Time is up. And last but not least, Antonio, what's your number 2 and why?
My number 2 actually could have been 3. It could have been swapped with If I Ruled the World, but my number 2 was Tupac, Keep Your Head Up, featuring Dave Hollister, which a lot of people didn't know at the time. The reason for that is because along, like I say, with the criteria of it just being a dope song, a timeless song, and things along that line, it had a great message in that song that, again, is a timeless message. And I just think it was just a dope song. Just like all these songs that was on the list, a lot of these songs that was on the list and some that weren't on the list, these collabs were just dope collabs, you know what I mean, on so many different levels. So I know the debate, I knew I was going to get my ass handed to me in this debate, you know what I mean, because it was so many things to talk about with this as far as the position and stuff like that. But Keep Your Head Up was just one of those songs, and I had to get Pac on this list. But that was just one of them dope songs, man. Irrefutable.
Okay. Keep your head up. Hey, I'm gonna take it to my girl Candace. Who you challenging today, girl?
I gotta get at Haifa. So I love this song. I love it. But you gave us some facts, but there's so many more facts about this song. So I got a question for you. There was two classic rappers who were sampled in this song. One of their names was mentioned. You got to give me the 2 rappers and the songs that was sampled in this song, and the song that was mentioned by one of the rappers that was sampled.
Dum.
Hold on, you said 2.
There were 2 samples in this song by classic rappers. 2. Okay, and another one of the songs by one of those classic rappers was mentioned in the song. So I need both songs and both rappers that was mentioned, and the song by the rapper that was also sampled for the song.
All right, well, Sky's the Limit was mentioned.
No, this song was before Sky's the Limit, so that ain't.
I'm just saying, he said Sky's the limit. If I ruled the world and everything in, the sky's the limit. I'm going through his lyrics because I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
I don't think he understanding your question.
Okay. There's 2 samples. Let me break it down for you. I know I move fast. Let me break it down for you. There's 2 samples in this song. Give me the 2 samples that were used to create this song.
He ain't know that. He was 6 years old when
that. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna see if you can get it. I want you to get it because I'm gonna give you a hint. It has the same name as the song.
He ain't gonna know
it. He ain't gonna know it.
You know it?
I mean,
hey, you know it?
He ain't gonna get it.
You know it, Antonio?
Somebody gonna take it?
I know the song. I know the song.
I
know the songs, yeah.
Is this If I Ruled the World? Hold on.
Yeah, the song is one of them. Is I Ruled the World.
You can't steal it until he gets the chance. He can't steal it until he gives it up.
Hold on. If I Ruled the World in itself it's a remake. There's another song that came before this that they got that from. It's a classic. I know that. It's an oldies. It's called If I Ruled the World. That's where they got it from.
Okay.
By who? By who?
That is what I forgot, but I know that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, y'all. Hey, give me.
Ask the old head. Ask the old head.
Hey, get that man some facts.
Ask the old head.
First of all, Hyper and I the same age, and I know who did it, so that ain't it.
Yeah.
He said he was 18 in 2000, so was I. So
yeah.
I know it.
I don't know if it was yeah, I don't know. Like I could throw out names randomly and I might hit like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Houdini. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You just don't say anything.
Yeah.
So you giving it up?
Curtis Blow.
It's a question fair game right now.
Oh, that is it.
Curtis Blow and Houdini.
And
Friends.
Okay.
Oh, I said Houdini.
Friends.
Jerry said that?
Jerry said
Friends.
that.
Oh, my boy,
I said ask the whole old head 5 minutes ago.
Look, I'm not about to be responsible for calling nobody's daddy old.
Houdini, though. I said Houdini. That's a point. I said Houdini.
We'll let the judges decide
anything.
But I said it. I said Houdini, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I said Houdini.
You named about 4 motherfuckers. You just hoping was gonna fly. I mean, Houdini, Earth, Wind, and Fire, my mom, Keisha.
I said it.
So wait.
If I guess on the test, if it's a multiple choice and I guess C, and it's the right
motherfucker, if it's multiple choice, you can't pick all. You can't say all of them.
I don't care.
One is one. You can't just say, oh, it's multiple choice. I'm gonna circle all these motherfuckers and hope that one of them is the answer.
We gonna leave that.
Judges,
Ashley, we gonna leave that to the judges. Who can answer my other question?
What's that? Who's taking the other one from Candace?
Who can answer the other question? So we got Curtis Blow. What Curtis Blow song was mentioned in this song?
Ask the old head.
I ain't asking your cousin that showed up a day early.
Well, he was prompt. He said,
I was prompt.
I got the answer for that.
If you on time, you late.
Wait, Antonio got the answer. Antonio, what's the answer?
I got the answer for that. It's These Are the Breaks.
Yeah.
These are the breaks.
These are the
Tony might be able to grab the first 3 of his goddamn list.
I just want to let y'all know that was clown business right there, boy. Boy, you're representing, boy. I love you.
When did he say the break? When did he say the break?
Tony, you better talk to try to get them points right, okay?
When did he say the breaks?
Huh?
When did he say the breaks?
Ooh, when did he sing the breaks?
These are the breaks. Many mistakes go down out of state. Wait, I had to let it marinate, carry weight. Yeah, I remember that.
And you just lost your points for that. You gave us the
breaks, many mistakes.
Turned around and lost your points. I'm going back on you.
All right. Okay, people. All right, good people.
I'd have to go through all the song to get to that point, yo. That's how my brain is set up. When he said it, I was like, oh yeah.
Nah, baby, that's weed.
Hey,
look, before we get into this number one pick, let's tune back into Facebook and see what these Facebook people are talking about again. I was thinking Ghostface and Mary J. Well, for the number 2, L Biz, you always around, and we appreciate the support. Oh, okay.
L Biz, what up?
Shout out to L Biz. Shorty was a solid hit. Dang, you still on Shorty? Does anyone else watching think it made the list?
Get that out.
Shorty is all hooked. Anybody could have made that hit. LOL, I just remember J verse from the video. The rest of the song was so-so. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, that's the Houdini joint. Donald Foreman, Plies wasn't spitting hot lava, but it went with the song. I put that over fronting because I don't remember nothing Pharrell said in the song. Come on, you know that song. Stop fronting. I see what you did there. Haifa! Shout out to Haifa. Donald Foreman, I promise. I just know J verse, no lie. So it looked like, what was they talking about? Sky is the limit on that joint? I forgot. All right.
Top five.
The moment of truth. Look, if y'all ain't had it right and got it tight before, y'all better get it right and get it tight for y'all number 1. Tony, I don't know if you was able to pull up some old lists and some emails to get your number 1 right. So maybe you can rethink yourself here from 1 through 4. But we're gonna get into that number 1.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
You got a little time because you're the last person. Jerry,
Yo.
What is your number one pick, brother, and why?
My number one song is All I Need by Mary and Meth. And number one, it was a great song, a great duet. It was one of the best love songs, hip hop love songs ever. So here's some facts I got it. It's one of the top 50 wedding songs. At one point in time, Lindsay Bishop had two poets speak at her wedding. Huey Lewis recited The Power of Love, and Method Man quoted the clean version of All I Need. Secondly, this song, Method Man wrote this for his wife back in the day. This was 94, 95, 96 era, so there was a lot of turmoil. So this song was about black love, and it was fitting, you know, because it came out April 25th, and then on April 29th, Nelson and Winnie Mandela, they ran for that first South African election. And the killer part to that story, in the documentary about them two, they used this song about the black love. Yeah, we know what happened after the fact, but during that time, this song was powerful globally.
All right, Jerry, that's it. It's a wrap. You exceeded your time limit, so we are going to go to Haifa. Haifa, what is your number one pick and why?
My number one pick was All I Need by Mary J. and Method Man. This song definitely. I grew up in Newburgh, New York. It's about an hour above New York City. The song depicted exactly how romance went in the streets of New York at that time. Similar to what I said with the DMX song. Even the video, classic. Like, I got an older sister, and when I watch the video, it reminds me of what my mother went through with my older sister, sneaking her boyfriend in. You know what I'm saying? He dude from the streets. She gonna call the cops on him. He go down. He got to duck the cops. Then he come right back to the house. And that's what used to happen. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, I feel like Method Man kind of did a little shoe promotion too, because the Grant Hills was hot at that time. I was in the 6th grade. I remember. And when that video came out, a lot of people went and got the Grant Hills in my hood. You know what I'm saying? So, and you see the Grant Hills when he put his foot up on the fence when he's running from the cops. So that was one thing, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like an endorsement. And the song just sounds beautiful. It was a beautiful sample. It's a beautiful song to remake. And the way they did it with the rooftop love, you know what I'm saying? They on the rooftop of the projects. The visuals is just crazy. And it just set the mood for all of the songs that we named after this. You know what I'm saying? It's not a mistake for it to be everybody's number one. This like set the, you know, I keep on saying set the tone, and that's what it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really, and it's in so many.
Okay, Haifa, you have exceeded your time limit, but I ain't gonna hold you. I'm rocking with the Grant Hills. I'm rocking with the Feelers because that was my joints back. I was in like 7th or 8th grade or something like that. When them joints was a little younger than y'all. But Antonio, bruh, I hope you can remember your number one. I ain't giving no hints.
You know what? Yeah, of course, I know what that one is. That one, again, like I'm pretty sure everybody else is going to have, is All I Need, Mary and Method. That was the one that pretty much, it almost like defined the genre, you know what I'm saying, whatever that may be, or that just the fact that R&B and rap could be done in such a way. I think it just, like Haifa said, set the tone for songs to come after that. Just another element to hip hop, another facet of it. You know what I mean? And just the griminess of the song. You know what I mean? You know, Mary is the queen of hip hop and R&B, so to have her on there, it wouldn't have been that song without her. You know what I mean? And it kind of set the tone for who Mary ended up being. And that song was just on so many levels. No matter how you look at it, again, it's interesting to find out that he wrote that song for his wife, because that's one of the songs that me and my wife kind of hold near and dear to us. You know what I mean? As far as like those songs that we select every now and then when I want to let her know I'm thinking about her or whatever, we might be going through something, I'll send her that song, you know what I mean? Just to kind of speak for me. You know what I mean? So that song is just dope on so many levels. It had to be number one. I don't think there is another song that's better than that as far as collabs go.
Okay. Hey, shorty, I'm there for you anytime you need me for real. But see me and you, girl,
World is me and
believe
your
me.
world.
Hey,
Believe me.
yes.
Matter
That
of
would be
fact, look,
somewhere in my top. I
on
ain't
some
gonna
real
hold you.
shit. Look, on some real shit, you know, because I do music as well, and I did a song dedicated to my
You
wife,
just don't
and
do
the way I
memorization
end the
music.
two,
That's it. Okay.
and the way I end the two verses is I use a line from that song at the end of my verses because it resonated with me for so long. I'm like, man, you already know this how I feel about you. You know what I'm saying? So let me just remind you. But that song is just dope.
I see you. I see you. Okay, well, let's see what the Facebook people think about it. What the Facebook people think about the number one. If the Method Man featuring Mary J. the remix, All I Need is number one. What about it? I love the debate, y'all. This shit is awesome, but real talk, can somebody please put a bet? Yo, look, y'all not gonna keep coming at me about my goddamn smoke detector. Look, that's me. I don't know which one it is. It's about 30 of these mugs in this house. I tried about 4 before I got on this call, and it wasn't it.
I thought that was me. I was tripping myself.
Y'all better leave Ash alone with that shit.
Right.
We gotta. Is it Jerry next? Jerry got to do.
Still go to comments. So.
Okay, Grant Hills, yes. The Grant Hills was the joints. They came back out too. I seen them in Villa today. Music is a love language. Yes, indeed. That was a great breakdown. Okay. Which version was better, the original or remix to All You Need? I don't know. I think the remix was better.
Remix.
Al, were you saying we skipped Jerry?
No, I did that.
Oh, no, Jerry did this breakdown. All I need
first.
Huh?
Yeah, Jerry went first, I think, on the breakdown on that, right?
Okay. All right. So now that we done tuned into the Facebookers, I want to see Candace. Who you challenging?
Sorry, y'all. I had some technical difficulties.
Candace.
So, look, I can't argue with this being number one pick. I can't. This is my jam. It's my song. But all of y'all did something at least I heard, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I got a couple of challenges for you. What's the name of the song? Because nobody had the right name of the song on that list. So what's the name of the song?
You're All I Need.
Wow.
Nah. All I Need is the name of the original version that's on without Mary that's on this album. But the name of the song with Mary is something totally different. So can somebody give me the name of the song?
Get by, I think.
Nah. No. If this y'all number one, y'all should at least.
Damn, I didn't know it was another title.
All I Need is number one and don't even know that.
Challenges be on point.
Yeah, y'all fucking up.
I'll be there.
Nope.
I'll be there.
I just Googled it, nigga.
So we gonna go to my next question. So
I'll be there for you.
I'll be there for you.
Gonna tell y'all.
Was it I'll be there for you?
Huh? I need the whole title. What is the whole title?
I'll be there for you.
I'll be there for you.
That's not the whole title. What's the whole title?
You're all that I need. I'll be there for you.
You close, but nah. So let's move on to my next question. What soundtrack was this song actually on? What soundtrack did it actually debut on? Damn, this y'all number one.
Man, stop it, man. Y'all can't do this to us.
This is y'all number one.
I know it was on the 8-Man soundtrack. I know it did.
Was it Best Man?
It was on that one. And then
guessing.
Was it the Best Man?
Wow. They guessing. Was it
Hey, since we don't want to take a lot of time with that one, let me try to give y'all an easier question.
Oh no, not above the rim.
Who produced the track?
RZA and Trackmasters.
Okay.
I
Shit, I'm going back on
y'all
mute.
could do that.
Okay.
And Puff Daddy.
Wait. I got a question. For everybody that picked this as their number one. And I want y'all to be real and honest. Now, the RZA, the Razor Shot remix, I think that's why y'all made this y'all number one. Because if it was just Puffy's remix, would it be y'all number one?
Which one? Puffy's remix is the one that the video was shot to?
No, the video was the RZA, but the Puffy one got Big in the back, Lie Together, Cry Together. I think that one. Would y'all have it as y'all number one if that was the only remix out?
No.
So how
I would.
I don't even think I heard the one with that.
Nah.
Yes, you
I don't
did.
even think I had. I don't think I heard the one with Diddy.
You had to hear it.
You had to hear it
Because they both was banging.
Yeah, the one on the
They
album.
both was playing on the radio and everywhere.
Man,
The one on the album.
honestly,
the one on the album was the one that Puff that Puff
No,
produced.
the one on the album wasn't a remix.
No, you're right. There's 3 versions. The one on
Right.
the album was without Big, and then there's the one with Big, and then the video. The video, that is what made it my favorite. I like the video version. The RZA, the one that RZA did, that's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
So if the question was if that one didn't exist, would that be because it's the same lyrics and all y'all talked about the lyrics, y'all never really talked about the beats. So if the remix was just the Diddy one, would that be your number one?
Nah, it wouldn't.
What about you, Antonio? Because you mentioned
number one.
It wouldn't be your number one.
It wouldn't have been my number one if it was just if it wasn't the RZA remix, I probably wouldn't have had that as my number one.
The If I Ruled the World would have been number one on my list if that version didn't.
Yeah, if I Ruled the World probably would have been number one.
Okay. Hey, real quick. I got something right here. Back to Candace question part 2. Which soundtrack was that song on?
For bonus points.
Yeah.
Yo, Candace got good questions, man. If I come on this show again,
since I need points, I'm gonna throw something out there and say the show.
Said, I'm gonna throw something out there. Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Hey, cousin Jerry, you been quiet,
Yo.
motherfucker. You been quiet in the motherfucker. Where you at, cousin Jerry?
I'm here. I'm cool.
So wait a minute. So Antonio threw an answer out there. Was he right or wrong? Antonio threw an answer out there.
Say it again.
Right? Antonio, what answer did you say? What soundtrack?
I threw out the show. Since I need points, I threw out the show.
Okay, that wasn't right?
Was it How High?
All right, there's 2. That's okay.
Damn, you like hyper. You just saying anything.
All right, we still need one from you and see if somebody
It was on White Man Can't Jump. It was on White Man Can't Jump.
I don't want to see it. I'm gonna embarrass myself. I want to say Above the Rim, but I don't even think it was on that. Yo, I'm gonna embarrass myself, yo.
Yeah, you did that.
Hey, what?
I don't know, son.
Okay,
Candace.
What soundtrack was it on?
Yeah, Candace, let them know. Throw your shit back and let them know.
I don't want to.
Hey, see, holding back information.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something.
You gotta set the record straight, Candace.
I don't.
All right, Candace. Yeah, let's see if they come up with it on Facebook. Maybe they got a chance to take it. Somebody on Facebook.
Okay, Facebook.
Who you
Anybody on Facebook that because they didn't Google the shit now. They
I news for y'all.
All right. So since we into the bonus questions,
wait.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, I got one more question, and it's a softball. It's a real softball. Hyper, you brought it up, so we'll keep going with how influential the video is. The video in these days was everything. Every song was all about the video if it was a major release. So in the video, what did Method Man go through all of that to get from the store?
Tampons.
Yeah, come on.
Tampons.
Yo, Jerry, you taking somebody else's question? Was that a question directed to him? You taking somebody that they?
I thought it was a steal. I was happy.
Andrew was cool, cutting
I
down.
mean, the question was directed towards you. What's the answer?
No,
Tampons.
I gotta see.
Tampons, and he got the wrong kind. And when he came back, it was like, yo, she was like, I ain't want these ones. He was like, I don't know about them joints. I think your mom's called the cops on me though. And he laid back.
Okay, you redeemed yourself with the multiple choice.
With the multiple choice, hey, I was right with that though, because you did it when you were in
by
school.
default.
I know you did that when you were in school. So
I did not pick. I did not circle every bubble.
Listen, if you guess,
Yo.
I guess I picked the one answer. I did not circle every bubble.
I didn't say that.
I can't. Oh my God.
You wasn't disputing your score.
Q, you got a bonus question for the people?
Yes, I do. Shit. It threw me off, man. God damn. Y'all are hilarious.
So are we? Is this the freestyle or the judges?
Well, no. I have a question for Antonio.
What's up? What's going on, boss?
Yeah, you had Keep Your Head Up, right? I love the message on Keep Your Head Up. How do they compare
yes, sir,
to you in your mind and in I guess the impact and other than the message, because of course the message is obvious. Keep your head up. It did the job it was supposed to do. But how do you want it? And are you still down? Those didn't make your list.
How do you want it?
The Dave Hollister joint made your list.
How do you want it?
That's I think
can you hear me?
Antonio's laptop playing back the audio. You don't have no headphones on, so he's probably. Go ahead, Antonio.
Can you hear me? You say, how does it compare to how do you want it? Sound like he's muted.
Say it again, Q. Q, use me.
I think he muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah. You picked that song, and which of course the message, like I said, the message did what it was supposed to do, right? Keep your head up. You can't. That's an undeniable message. Right? But as far as quality of song, we talk about as far as like what's the better song? How do those compare to Are You Still Down with Lil Jon? I mean, with John B and Tupac, and the other joint, How Do You Want It with Casey, JoJo, and Tupac.
Man, I would say the John B song actually was a pretty dope song too. I think that was just, I think that was more of a vibe than anything. That vibe was just a dope vibe. It was a hell of a collaboration too. I wouldn't have never expected that. So every now and then, I actually forgot about that one when I was coming up with this list before we were given a choice. The How Do You Want It, that was a pretty dope song too. I just think they were all just different on so many levels because of the message that they was conveying. The John B song, like I say, that was really something that you can put on with your girl, you know what I mean, and ride out some date night type shit. You know what I mean? The How Do You Want It, you know what I mean? That's, your little side piece maybe, you know what I'm saying? Your little freak mama or whatever. But the Keep Your Head Up, I think that one was because of the fact of with the David Hollister collab, it was something that I think a lot of people didn't know. A lot of people still don't know to this day who that person is on that song, you know what I mean? But they all kind of just have their own little position. I can't really compare them to one another, you know what I mean? And also on that, the one with the Casey and JoJo, I believe Aaron Hall was left off of that list of people who collab with him on that song as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I appreciate the mystique of the song, as far as, Dave Hollister being on there. I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. So,
right.
I saw your list. I was like, oh, shit, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But when I'm listening to those songs as compared to that song compared to Are You Still Down and How Do You Want It?
Right.
When I go back and I remember the feeling of those songs, I'm like, we vibed out more to those.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Hey, I got a bonus challenge for Jerry. I ain't get out of our game. Yo, Jerry, you had Empire State of Mind on your mind, right? Is he there?
Jerry, you there?
Jerry got on mute.
I ain't muted.
Okay, there you go.
So in the song Empire State of Mind, he says, "Catch me at the X with OG at a Yankee game." Where is X and who is OG?
X, I want to say is DMX.
At a Yankee game with DMX.
Wait a minute. What was the Re-say the question.
Okay. In the song, he says, "Catch me at the X with OG at a Yankee game." What is he talking about when he says X and who is OG?
Good question. I'm gonna pass on that one.
The X is the Bronx, because that's what the stadium is at. And he's talking about OG Juan. I want my points, please.
He said, "Oh, OG. What is OG?"
OG Juan.
And who is OG Juan?
That's his main man. It's right hand man.
All right, Hyper. We came through from the multiple choice.
I got you, Hyper.
He had a lot of points to make up.
I have a whole.
All right. Anybody have any bonus questions for Antonio?
So are we at a place where the judges are going to start deliberating, or are we still finishing off a segment?
I think we have one last bonus question, unless we good on that. Okay. No more bonus questions. Well, in that case, then we will leave the judges to deliberate. So we're going to
I had one. My bad. I'm sorry. I got a good one actually. Let's see. So
I turn their Facebook down.
Yeah, somebody echoing real bad. So this one is for. Let's see. Nah, man, I had the question, man. Damn. What is that? Oh, here you go. All right. Yeah. Here we go. I got a bonus question for Antonio. All right, so your number 5 pick was "Let's Get Down" by Tony, and DJ Quick. What group was the sample on that from that chorus from? And what was the song that they sampled? Or did that DJ Quick sample?
Ooh, was that a sample? I thought that was an all original track there.
No, there's a relay sample on that track from a well-known group.
I couldn't tell you the answer to that, bro.
Q,
Can anybody? Huh?
Q, can I help him out? Can I give him a clue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kid Cudi was on Saturday Night Live recently and paid homage to the head of this group with his performance.
Wow. Okay, that was Nirvana. That was Nirvana.
What was the song though that they sampled?
That I could not tell you. You know, the trippy thing is I was kind of a fan of Nirvana too, but some of their songs, I couldn't remember what the titles of some of those songs was. But I did not know that they sampled that from Nirvana. That's dope right there.
But if you go
I
back
didn't even know that.
in your Rolodex and you think about that song, you know, as your number 5, like think about that song. When you hear it, what song, like if you know, like just the hook, like part of the hook of what song that they may have sampled.
Tony, I think you're giving feedback. You might got to turn something down.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, bro, I'm drawing a straight blank right now, bro.
Somebody just put it in the comments too. That's crazy. Yep.
Damn, what was it? It smells like Teen Spirit?
I was about to take it.
No way.
Once you say Nirvana,
I don't even know what the hell that is. You just reading what you saw down there real quick.
No, I know about Smells Like Teen Spirit. Don't play me like that. I know about Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That's Nirvana's biggest joint.
Nah, because that's the only one I know the title of. Tell you the truth.
All right.
Yeah, that's
that one in Lithium.
Just give me a part of the hook or something, yo.
Yeah, the only 2 songs I know the titles of is Smells Like Teen Spirit and Lithium.
All right, we good.
I mean, did you already know that before you saw that Facebook feed?
I can't even see the Facebook comments.
Okay.
Somebody put it in the comments.
I don't know. You multitasking like a mug over there because you're the only one giving all this feedback. So I don't know. I think you're Googling you on Facebook doing a lot of streams.
Look, I told y'all in the beginning, I knew I was going to get my ass handed to me when it came to these questions and these debates. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be a part of the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, that list, it was a hell of a list. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to see what people was going to have to say about it, what songs they was going to mention, what kind of tidbits of information was going to kind of come out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And like I say, it was a couple of songs that should have been on that list that weren't.
Like what? Like what?
I'm glad you mentioned that because while the judges deliberate, give them time to do that. I do want to ask the team or the contestants, what would be some items that you put on the list that wasn't on the list before? Because I know you mentioned that a few times, Tony. So what's people that were on your list if it wasn't on the list already?
So I got one, DJ Quick and El DeBarge, Hand in Hand. Great song. Busta Rhymes and Rick James, Ghetto Life, great song. Those were 2 that I had right off top. There was a few songs though that just kind of, because when I was talking to some of my coworkers about this upcoming debate, and they were throwing a whole bunch of songs at me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 112. No, who was it? Mobb Deep and 112. I don't know if that one was on there. I think it's called Hey Love or something like that. That's a dope song too.
All right, can we say can we go to let the judges go to their things? We can freestyle.
I would One More Chance too, man. The One More Chance remix with Biggie and Mary J.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. Did you guys, to the contestants, did you guys feel limited with the things, with the list that we had?
Hold on, all this is freestyle stuff. Can we let the judges go do their things? There's no points, right?
No, there ain't no points now.
No points. The judges are deliberating as we speak.
Do they? Okay, they know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Somebody, Tony, can you go on mute?
Let me take a quick break. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll pick up real quick. This quick.
Yo, cousin, what's this?
So at this point, the judges are now doing their thing. And now we can have a conversation that we can open it up. If you guys got questions, and I'll let the challengers take over from here and Ashley. But I just wanted to put that break in there so when we do our editing, we know where our break is.
All right, back to the question at hand.
You know, I'm sorry, Cal. Can't everybody mute except for the person that's talking? Because this feedback got this whole thing sounding real crazy.
All right, am I feedbacking?
No, you good.
No, you good, Cal.
The question to the contestants. Tony, I love your whole argument from the beginning, because I know the list didn't really have a whole lot more songs than what you was probably wanting to add to the list. Trust me, I know. Because I got 25 R. Kelly collaborations and ain't nobody ever mentioned none of his, period. And I'm just saying, and Haifa, you grew up in that R. Kelly collaboration era. He didn't affect you in that in no type of way?
Nah, you don't know. Kelly got a lot of bangers. He got the with Aaliyah. Then you got the Room Keys. You got a lot, but I don't know if his bangers with Aaliyah set. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that I would put in my top 5. But like Room Keys and you know, I've had to go through his catalog.
Them ain't rap,
huh?
Them two R&B. That ain't a rap and a R&B. Aaliyah is not a rapper.
Yeah, but he rapped on one of them. He did rap. Or he rapped the verse on the one
R. Kelly rapped a verse?
Man, that shit was garbage, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
but he rapped.
Yeah, that shit was trash, bro.
So
that
what?
shit was garbage, bro. I wanted him to stop rapping, bro. I wanted him to never rap again, bro. Like, I wanted him to leave rap alone and just sing.
The song is still dope though. Yeah,
but that ain't no for the R&B part though. It's a rap R&B collabo top 5. It's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
But it would still be y'all would have been able to put it on the list because of that. Because he rapped on it.
I wouldn't know, but see, we was putting our top, and I wouldn't have never even thought of that. That would have been the last thing I would have put on that list. I wouldn't even disrespect it.
Cal came up with it. I didn't come up with it. Cal came up with the question. So y'all can
no, but not the Alicia. he didn't say Aaliyah and R. Kelly though.
He said,
you said Aaliyah and R. Kelly?
No, yeah. I said hip hop collab. The subject that we on is the hip hop and R&B collaborations. I got 25 over here. At least 10 of them is with Jay. Now, if the list was limited and we didn't put all these on here, let us apologize for that. But at the end of the day, how many of y'all felt y'all would have went outside the box to put some different songs on your list?
Yeah, it was a couple.
Okay, let's start. Hey, Antonio, give me 5. Give me 5 that you would have put on. Give me another 5 that you would have put on besides the 5 that you picked.
Bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I'm so out of it right now, bro.
I got 5 for you.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I've been waiting to get at your ass all night too.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying 5 that I liked. I liked R. Kelly and Jay-Z, Best of Both Worlds. I like that one. I liked Nas and Amy Winehouse joint. Cherry Wine. I liked Mary and Lauryn Hill joint, even though that was a lot of singing. But I also liked Big Punch joint with what's that dude's name? What's that dude's name?
Everybody who's not talking, can y'all please go on mute, please?
And I like Jerry. I like Jay-Z and Chrisette Michelle too.
Okay, Jerry. What's your favorite rap group, man?
Right there.
Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They ain't have no collaborations with no R&B artists that you would have put in your top 5?
Motherless Child, Mary and Ghost.
Okay. It was
John Legend and Ghost on the Wizard of Poetry. Let's Stop Playing.
What about one that was on the list that you didn't pick?
I don't have the list, so I didn't.
You ain't.
I don't know what that is.
You ain't see the Jodeci and Wu-Tang, the Freaking
Oh,
You
Freaking You remix. Oh yeah, I like that one. That's in heavy rotation still.
But you ain't have that in your top 5.
No, I did not.
You got you telling me that song is not better than let me see your list again. Hold up.
Touch Me, Tease Me.
Yeah,
I think
tease me, touch me.
Yeah, that shit was better than that.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing.
Better than Frontin'. Yeah, you dropped the ball.
By what criteria was it better?
I don't know, Jerry. You set the criteria, so it could have been better on plenty of criteria.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a qualify it again. Initially, when I made this list, I didn't even put them in order, and I thought I was under heavy time constraints. Because when I got the email, it was like, fill out this list and go for it. It was so many songs on there, you know what I'm saying, to choose from, which was difficult in itself. But I picked 5 songs and I roll with it, and I'm gonna stand by them 5 songs.
That sounds more like
you for that, though, Jerry. We respect you for that, Cousin Jerry. But listen, you showed up a night early. So how the hell you gonna have some excuses? You can have no excuses.
Right.
Couldn't change the list. Couldn't change the list. Couldn't change the list. Couldn't change the list. I emailed and texted several times.
Everybody had the same equal opportunity.
Right, but not to change your list.
Oh, hey, Cousin Jerry. Hold on. Cousin Jerry did. Hold on. Cousin Jerry, you was calling Wednesday night when we was having a meeting. You was calling. Was that him, DT? Was he the one calling all night shit? Oh, you had plenty of time.
Not to change my top 5. Not to change my top 5 at all. I didn't have time to change it.
So in his defense, he was the first one to fill out his list after I sent the list to everybody. And then when he called me back and said, "Hey, I want to change my list," I'm like, it's too late. I've already sent the list out. So that was Wednesday. So I gave him the list on a Saturday. And by Wednesday, he wanted to change, and it was too late because I'd already sent it to the challenges.
Oh, and he got an attorney. That's wild.
I got a pay lawyer.
He got a defense attorney on. Hip-hop top 5.
That's right. I got a pay lawyer. But my argument still was on point. I even gave a shout out to the West Coast. I mentioned the 6 in the morning thing on that DSK beat.
I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from Oakland. Ice-T from LA.
Okay, I said West Coast. I didn't say LA. I said West Coast.
No, I know you got love for us, Cousin Jerry. It's good. Hey, but what I can say, I love all y'all lists. Y'all defended y'all list to the fullest. I mean, shit, that's the name of the game. And y'all did that. We gonna throw y'all some shit regardless, you know, because personally, I don't like none of that shit.
I wouldn't have picked All I Need as my number 1. That's for sure.
Nah. That wouldn't have been my number 1. It would have been probably in the top 5.
Definitely wouldn't have been. Either Big, I'm Fucking You, or Street Dreams.
This is what I don't understand.
Tell me what you don't understand.
Other songs y'all would have put on the list, but all of y'all had similar songs you picked. So I don't get that number 1. Jerry, you keep talking about I defended my list to the extent, and I'm gonna stand by my list, but keep talking about how you couldn't change your list. We get this every single game. Once you submit a list, that's it. That's it. So you talking about how you standing by your list, but you complaining about how you can't change your list.
I never complain. The complaints came from the crew on why I put this or that on, or what I could have picked different. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like I said, I'm gonna stand by my list, and I defended my list. Yeah, had given the opportunity to go over it or pick something different, because I made that attempt too. Because here's the thing, it was so much content to pick from. You know what I'm saying? At the time, yeah, if things could have been different, I could have changed some things. I'm not even going to front. But here's the hit. Once I got my list, I roll with it.
Hey, you know what, Jerry, though? That's the reason, but there's a reason why we do it that way, though. The reason why we do it that way is because we wanted to be your hip-hop top 5. We don't want you being swayed by friends and family, going to work real quick to see what other people think. We want to know what your hip-hop top 5 is, and we want you to be able to defend it 100% and get you some points on that.
Absolutely.
One thing I can say about your cut, Jerry, you said at the end, fuck that. I defend I'm standing by this shit. I'm standing by this shit.
Right.
Hell yeah.
He Kaepernicked it. Straight up.
That's right.
I think that's
so Trilla, you tapped in.
I picked them and I roll with them and I ain't complain.
I like to, I'm watching. They're still deliberating, but I like to ask the challengers. Who do you think left points on the table? All right, I'm starting Cal up. Who do you think left some points on the table? If anybody did.
If anybody, damn, that's kind of hard. It would be between shit. All of them left a couple, but Jerry left a few on the table, even though he had, he defended his shit. He left a few. Hyper, he left a couple just on forgetting a lot of shit, but he was close. Every time he was close. Tonio, a little bit just on. He was saying, "Fuck it, freestyle. This is what it is." You know what I'm saying? But he defended. He rolled with it. You know what I'm saying, to the best. But they all started coming around towards the end with the bonus rounds, things like that. I could see the comfortability and the knowledge started kicking in. In the beginning, they was all kind of stuck. You know what I mean?
You had a lot of tough questions. Who do you think left points on the board?
Who you asking?
Candace.
Oh, Candace.
She had some of the toughest questions tonight. So.
Hey, real quick before you answer that, that sounded like geometry, like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Candace, you had to answer questions tonight. By far, you got the tough question award tonight. All right.
On your head.
I think Antonio left points on the board just by virtue of not knowing his list, right? I think Hyper left points on the board. Jerry tried to steal all the points he could, but I definitely think Antonio and Hyper left points on the board.
Marlon, what's your thought?
Yo.
Go ahead, Hype. You do the same. Go ahead, Hype.
I openly admit that I left points. I said I openly admit that I left points on the board. This is a good learning experience because I didn't know how to prepare for this. Not making excuses, but I was like, yo, what can I look up? Because if I'm not looking up numbers, then I'm just going off of how I feel about these songs. And one thing about me is I'm a hip-hop artist and I'm a fan of hip-hop, but one critique about me is I always wanted to be a better student of the game because I know a lot about hip-hop, but I was never the type, even growing up, I wasn't going getting albums, and so I was listening to whatever came on the radio and whatever came across my table, that's what I was listening to. So I wasn't, not just the radio though, even in the hood. I don't mean just on Hot 97. I'm just saying whatever was playing in the hood, that's what I would be listening to. But I wasn't digging in the crates looking for things. So Candace, that was good though, man. She had good questions. And the way my mind, I have a typewriter mind. So when it come to what song was mentioned in this in this song, like what lyric portrayed this song, I gotta go through the whole song to get to that point unless somebody says it. That's why as soon as he said the line in the Nas song, I knew exactly. I was like, oh shit, yeah. And I went right to the verse because that's, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what it is. I like that though. That's hip hop.
All right.
You know?
That takes up in that chain. Let us know you tuned into the streets, bro. We know. But Trilla, it looks like the judges are ready to give their conclusion. So if we can bring Rika and Saint back for them to finalize the winners.
Yo, my bad if I was long-winded on that, y'all.
No worries. Dun dun dun.
Saint, you muted, dude.
You're on mute.
You was just saying a lot of shit too. We're gonna have to wait and hear all that again.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, man. First of all, thank you guys for playing. You guys did a great job. Again, every time we get people to come out and join us on this show, we appreciate the competitive nature. So I'm gonna get into some of the things that we noted from the contestants. I'll start with Antonio. I know he left, but you know, one of the things, I mean, he didn't get no points for it, to be honest, but the fact that he admitted from the gate that he didn't have his list and, you know, he was forthright about that, kind of put things in perspective. So he automatically fell to the bottom of the list because of that fact. You got to come prepared. You got to have your list. But he did bring up some good points. That being said, he talked about the Tupac Dave Hollister feature. He actually stole one of Candace's challenges about the Nas If I Rule the World sample from These Are the Breaks. So he did manage to pick up a couple points here and there, and so we do acknowledge him for that. But Haifa, we loved your passion. I don't know where Haifa is. I think he's gone too.
He's coming back. It looks like he's coming back on.
Okay.
What I missed that quick?
Uh-huh.
Did I miss anything? I had to. Somebody called me, and I had to say that again.
Good to see you face to face, man.
You good, Jerry? It's good to see you.
Okay.
And Haifa,
Thank
can
you.
you
Good
hear?
to be seen.
Can you hear Haifa?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
Yes,
So we just wanted to point out that we appreciate your passion and the way you talked about some of the things we identified from you. You know, you were familiar with the different Mary and Meth versions. One of the things that you introduced, which we thought was a great point, is kind of how the Beanie and Jada, which essentially was Rockefeller versus Dipset, how that not Dipset, sorry, Rockefeller versus D Block, how that whole beef started and how it started from the Best of Me Jay-Z version and then the remix with Jada and so forth. So we thought, you know, that was a great way to pick up some points. We liked how you talked about the way Big came on the Total Record, and how he kind of had this very, you know, for it to be an R&B kind of hip hop collabo, you know, he had a very, you know, kind of raunchy verse with even his opening lines on the record. And we thought it was interesting that you pointed that out. And you also pointed out a similar thing with DMX's How It's Going Down. And you actually described it as kind of like a rough, hardcore love song. So that was interesting. And then you also, you know, you pick up some points from your steal. You know, you quickly off the bat, you stole Marlon's challenge and about the Bronx from Empire State of Mind. And then getting the right answer with the Bronx, with the X-Men and OG1. So you definitely could have picked up some more points if you were a little bit more fact heavy versus kind of opinion. But needless to say, you did do a good job, and I'll let Rika highlight some of the good things Jerry did, and then we'll announce the winner.
Awesome. So Jerry, you were ready tonight. Jerry had his facts, he had his list together, and he was spelling them all. And so a couple of things that we want to note from you, Jerry. So first, on your number 5 pick, who is typing, Jesus? What is going on? It's been all night. Anyway, but on your number 5, you're No Diggity. So the fact that you noted that originally it was for Pop, that was during Dre's separation. And so Teddy Riley picked it up, and it was supposed to be on Guy, but Blackstreet wound up doing something with it. So that was one thing that came out. Your response to the challenge, and it was a lengthy challenge because Q was coming at you, and you held firm. It was like, look, this my pick. This what I put forth. I'm sticking with it. Period. You were very clear on, look, this wasn't a part of the criteria. This wasn't a parameter that was set in terms of rap and R&B having to be equal. So, we definitely, the judges appreciate anyone who stands their ground and also has, some emphasis behind that. Number 4 pick, Empire State. You talked about it being played at the Yankees game. And so just to be clear, when we say that we don't want to hear just stats, it was great and it was refreshing that you had other points to be made that weren't just centered around billboards and Grammys and things of that nature. And so when you spoke about it replacing Frank Sinatra, when you spoke about it being played at the 2009 World Series, like those are things that, those are examples of things that we're wanting to hear. The other thing that we noted was that 2 of your picks had female rappers who were featured. You had Foxy and you had Queen Pen, and so none of the other picks, contestants had rap features that were females. Touch Me, Tease Me. You gave a number of facts on that. PSK, how it inspired Ice-T to do 6 in the morning. So there are things that I can go on and on and on about, but you came ready. You had a number of facts. We learned, the judges, and I'm sure those who viewed tonight learned a ton from you. And so because of that, you are our winner of Rap R&B collabos for Hip Hop Top 5.
You need to unmute yourself.
Jerry, you muted.
I want to give out a shout out to the Bay Area for the uppercut he threw early in the game. He went at me. I'd expect it from Oakland and the Bay. Hats off, salute. It was cool. I enjoyed myself tonight. I learned some things about this game, and I'm happy to meet all y'all. It was cool. I hope I get to do it again.
You definitely will. And thank you again, Jerry. And before we turn it back over to D Trilla, I just wanted to say, and we like to highlight in games like this, I think it was mentioned by somebody in the chat or in the comments, but for those like Haifa, who you said, you weren't really aware how to prepare for this game and you weren't really certain. I just want to highlight, like, the way Jerry played the game is yet again an example of how the game should be played. He really, really pointed out facts that had nothing to do with record sales or Billboard charts. And if he did mention those things, it was always within context. But if you ever have an opportunity to go back and watch this game once we post it, it's a great example of how the game should be played. And I just wanted to commend Jerry again for winning and playing the game how it's meant to be played.
Can I say something?
Hold on, real quick. Haifa also just let you know that if you haven't won, you can always come back and play again. As a matter of fact, the person who did, and here's some irony: the person who played this game before did the worst tonight.
I was very surprised by that.
Antonio played
very
this game.
surprised by that.
Come back and know how this game is played, and to like be not prepared at all. It's always shocking.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I read the instructions on the email I got on how to play this game. And I want y'all to know I got 3 pages. So let me just get some of the stuff out that I didn't get out because I got buzzed. Number 1, frontin' was platinum in 10 countries. Number 2, No Diggity. No Diggity. The sample from that was Bill Withers' Grandma's Hands. Number 3, all of Case and Foxy Brown's first few singles were from Soundtrack, Rush Hour, Nutty Professor, Best Man, Johnson's Family Vacation, Empire State of Mind. I ain't done. I ain't done.
Won, bro. You already won.
I got facts. I did my homework.
Just in case y'all didn't think that Jerry deserved to win, Jerry want to make sure that y'all know that he on his job.
Put some respect on Jerry's name. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely scooped you on this game. Oh shoot, my fault. I definitely learned a lot, man. I said I definitely learned a lot, and very, very fun time on this show. And then I would love to come back on this show again. I would love to come back on the show. And Jerry, great job.
Hell yeah!
Like you said, and I ain't gonna front. When the game was going on, when he was talking about like the charts and all that, I got happy. I was like, oh yeah, they said we can't do that. Yes. But then he came back with the other joint, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
He got some knowledge on his shit. He got some knowledge with his shit.
Jerry said no charts. Well, it's okay. Say no more. I'm prepared.
I got a list.
Yeah, I got it either way. That's not playing with me.
All right.
Yeah,
oh, by the way, Ashford and Simpson was the song that they did. I got more. Hold on. I got more facts for y'all.
Hey, cut Jerry.
Cut Jerry. Cut the mic.
Cut Jerry.
Cut
Jerry. You won 2 games, Cut Jerry. You just won 2 games. Back to back,
championship, man.
What am I doing with all these notes? What am I doing with all these notes?
Jerry said, I got facts out here. What am I going to do with them?
Say that for the championship, Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, what you can do is once this is because we're live, so once we come off, you can post some of it in the comment section because people actually do read it.
All week long. People go back and watch this all week long.
Yeah, people go back.
Oh, so y'all trying to give a brother homework? I'm good. I'm good on that.
I mean, you still got that.
Boy, you sound like me. You sound like me. Homework.
Right.
That, boy.
All right, cool. Here go one for you. Besides fronting, Neptunes had 43% of the songs in the top 20. I'm talking about Change Clothes, Justin Timberlake, The Clips, Britney Spears. Listen, man, I got paperwork. I got paperwork.
Jerry, I don't want to give too much information, but I gotta go number 1, man. You wild. I gotta go number 1, man. Chill.
I had a ball. Thank y'all. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Hype, we hope to see you again, Jerry. We'll see you in the next championship with the last. I think we got 4 winners. 3 winners. You make 4. I think we need 1 more to get ready for the next championship. So we'll see you then. You can bring your notes book back to that.
Bring everything.
So I'm gonna take my time next time because your man from the Bay, he is not playing. So I'm gonna definitely come prepared and be on point and do my research. And I know Marlon gonna come at me hard next time. So he went easy on me today or something. So
all right, Hyper, thank you.
I'll be ready.
Look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you, man.
So I'm gonna let the challengers go and the crew. I'm gonna stop the broadcast, but I think we need to do a little post meeting here. So I see some requests to have that happen. So I'll say goodnight to our two players, and then I'll end the live stream, and we can talk here on the joint.
I enjoyed y'all too, man. I enjoyed y'all. Man. I want to see y'all again, man.
Good game, y'all. Good game.
For sure. Good shit.
Cause Jerry.
That's that P. That's that P.
All right, let me kick him out.
This man said he had 3 pages. He came.
My nigga had an essay.
Hey, I was like that too, but I didn't win.
Hey, you had 3 pages, cuz I didn't even know that.
Hey,
and it was typed out.
I was DC my shit all week. I was like, Cousin Jerry, boy, I'm ready like a motherfucker. Boy, I got shit. Boy, I got shit.
Hey, you came with it though. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. If it wasn't for Candace,
I could have sworn. I could have sworn during my challenging.
We still live.
We still live, y'all. We still live.
Yo, pal. We live and everybody know that your ass lost.
Oh,
damn, that's on national Facebook.
Have another contact tomorrow.
I got a job.
you came up to management, huh?
Yeah, that's public, bro. That's public knowledge now.